Check it.
Hi guys, welcome to crackchinacup.com. My name's Leomie and this video is the Q&A special answering all the questions that I've received on Twitter and Tumblr. Hope you enjoy. I was 14 years old when I was scouted by Premier by the lovely Anthony Gordon, who was the head scout at my agency. I was coming home from school, year 9, red hair, blue mascara, don't ask. And he came up to me and was like, hey, have you ever considered doing modeling? Because he's from Canada. And I was just like, nah, not really. And then I kind of just left, whatever. And then he came back the next day and he was like, no, like seriously, here's my leaflet and stuff, blah, blah. But then I still never called for like ever. And then somebody else from Premier came up to me like a month later or something like that and was like, oh, have you ever considered doing modeling? You should come in. I was thinking like, wow, okay, 2 people from the same agency have come up to me now, so maybe it's like a sign kind of thing. So then I went in and the rest is history basically. Well, I was 15 when I did my first shoot, and it was kind of, I was just more excited than anything. And I was with my mom, and I remember just little random bits of my first shoot, like there was a dog there, I don't know, the photographer's dog. I had to get in like a bath, don't ask me why, like a bath of water, and it was like kind of like underwater type thing. So it was really weird, and I really felt like it was America's Next Top Model type thing, because like, you know, since then I've never had to get into water ever again. So it was a bit weird that my first photo shoot was so extreme, but it was pretty cool. I wouldn't say I was nervous at all. I was more like excited, and I would just listen to the photographer and listening to the feedback that they gave to me. So yeah, I wouldn't say I was nervous. An interesting question that I was asked was actually, how do I feel that education has helped me in my modelling? Because obviously it seems like, you know, 2 different things. But for me, I find that like I'm so happy that I finished my A-levels and finished them as well as I did, because I feel like when I talk about certain things, people take me more seriously than if I was to say, you know, yeah, I just finished school and I was, you know, 16, just did my GCSEs, dropped out. Like, say for example, when I was working with Philip Tracy, he would ask me, you know, okay, so like, what did you do at school? Blah, 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 blah. You know, I'd be like, yeah, I did English literature, sociology, media studies, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you can have a conversation about other things. And I also feel that my English skills have helped me a lot with writing on my blog. Like, I know how to articulate myself a lot better. And I feel like, you know, when you're even just being in school, being surrounded by people that are your own age, like the modeling industry is so different. I feel like I feel like every girl, everybody needs to be around people that are their own age up until a certain point, because you can learn so much from your own age group. And I feel like so many models do actually grow up really fast when they, you know, they're just thrown into the modeling industry at, you know, 15, 16, and they're with, you know, older girls, older people, and they have to deal with a lot of stuff. So I feel like staying in school is actually really beneficial to me, and I would suggest that as one of my top tips to anybody aspiring to be a model. Finish school, finish college, yeah. Well, the first time I was away for a long period of time, it was when I went to New York for my first show season. I was away for about 4 weeks, and it was kind of scary. And you know, I was living with 12 other girls, which were all my age, so that was what made it a lot easier. But at the same time, it caused obviously a lot of stress, as you've seen in my blog. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, people are like, oh, didn't you get homesick and blah blah. Like, I feel like I didn't miss individual, like, I don't know, I didn't miss like 1 or 2 people. I missed just being at home, you know, having that sort of routine, and then, you know, knowing that when I come home, okay, my mum's gonna be there, then we're gonna chill out, watch TV, then we're gonna eat dinner, blah blah. Like, there was no routine or any structure when I was away. So I think that's one of the most scariest aspects of traveling by yourself for such a long period of time at a young age. I was 17, and but now, like, the longest I've been away now is 6 weeks, and that's when I was in New York. And now that I'm older, and obviously I've made friends and stuff, you know, I've got Betty and all that, like, it's not as bad, but it does drag. 6 weeks away drags. But I know girls who go away for like 3 months at a time, so I don't know how they do that, but that's not for me anyway. My absolute favourites so far have obviously been when I did Philip Tracy, because, you know, it was an all-black cast, which is, you know, amazing. It was so fun. and the clothes were all original Michael Jackson clothes. So, you know, his Thriller jacket, his bad jacket, his diamond glove, like even down to the shirts were like original Michael Jackson stuff. So that was pretty awesome. And Jeremy Scott, which I did this season, was also one of my favourites, as I said in my vlog, because, you know, that the backstage atmosphere was so cool. You know, they just had the right vibe for the whole show, you know, and they've got everyone's mindset in the right place. You know, it was just fun, it was relaxed, it's chilled, and everyone was just excited to be there. So that was my favourite, my two favourite runway shows. Well, for me, fashion is just all about expressing yourself through clothes. So cliche, I know, but I feel like fashion and style isn't actually even just about clothes. It's about your personality, it's about your aura, it's about how you carry yourself, because you can be like the most stylish person, but if you're, you know, acting like a douche, or, you know, you just have a bad vibe about you, like no one's really going to care about what you wear, or they're just going to label you as, you know, oh, you're a drama queen, you're this, they're the bitchy person in the industry, blah blah blah, like, and you'll just get a label that doesn't even reflect what you were trying to put out in the first place. So to me, fashion is all about how you carry yourself, how you present yourself to people, not just on the outside, but what you exude from the inside to other people, because I feel like your personality will shine through more than anything that you're wearing. So to me, your best fashion accessory probably would be your personality. Top 3 items in my makeup bag: mascara, liquid eyeliner, and pencil eyeliner. In fact, that's all that's in my makeup bag, so there you go. My favourite clothes brand at the moment has to be the recent Topshop Unique collection. I love that. I'm a big fan of white, and I'm a big fan of sheer fabrics, so that was perfect for me. And obviously my all-time favourite designer is Givenchy, so yeah. Carol's awesome. She's a really cool lady, and she's a boss, and she gets stuff done, and everyone at Premiere is like a family. That's one thing I love about my agency, is that everyone's a little family. You know, they go out, they do stuff together, they have their own jokes and stuff, and like, you know, during stressful times like Fashion Week, I feel like everyone really pulls together. And obviously with Carol at the head, cracking the whip. But yeah, like, I just love being with Premiere. I wouldn't want to be with any other agency, because I feel like I am part of that family. So yeah. When I was in primary school, when I was younger, what did I used to say when people asked me, what did I want to be when I grow up? I'd say stupid stuff like an ice skater, a fireman, a dragon, an astronaut. And then I wanted to be a fashion designer, like every little girl. But yeah, I just said dumb stuff because I just thought, hey, you can do anything, and you can. So yeah, but I never said model, never ever said model, so, which is kind of funny. Well, my friend Janelle Williams, I look up to her because she's dark skinned and she's Jamaican like me, and she's always told me just to keep going no matter what, like even if, you know, I have like a bad show season or whatever, like I should always keep going and stuff. And it's the same with her, she kept going, and now like she's doing so many big things. So I'd say that she's one of the most inspirational people to me. Designers, of course it has to be Vivienne Westwood, because I feel like she's one of the only designers who genuinely cares about the environment and the earth, and she always puts out that message in her shows, in her clothes, on her t-shirts. Do you know what I mean? It's not just like saying it for the sake of saying it because it's the in thing right now. Like, she actually genuinely cares. And, you know, backstage when I did her show a couple seasons ago now, you know, she was talking to all the models about, you know, the inspiration behind the show, and she was saying like, you know, if there's no more earth, there's no more laughter. That was basically the theme of the show. And you know, she was just telling us so much stuff, and I feel like that's genuine, you know, and she's really down to earth and real. So I have to say, designer wise, it has to be Vivienne Westwood as my inspiration. My worst experience has to be when I did the hair job, because they cut my hair, which wasn't part of the deal, and I'm still reaping the repercussions from having my hair dyed, because obviously it's damaged my hair. So no, that was one of my worst experiences. And racism wise, I don't really count that as my worst experiences, because it's just so, it's just there, do you know what I mean? And I just kind of ignore it now. But you know, I've been to castings and stuff where they're like, oh, we only want white girls. I've been to a casting when I was in Berlin Fashion Week, and I would waited for like 2 hours to be seen, and they had my book and everything, so they knew what colour I was. And then when it came to my turn, they were like, to me, another black girl and a Chinese girl, they were like, you can go, we don't want to see any ethnic minorities this season. That was probably the worst. I was just like, you're a prick, where's my book? And then I just left. Well, okay, I didn't really say it, I just thought it because I'm a professional, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. And last but not least, what tips do I have for aspiring models? Well, first of all, if you're under 16, don't try and come with all this, oh yeah, like I want to be a model, I want to drop out of school to be a model, blah blah. No, I don't want to hear it. When girls tell me that they're 14 and they want to be models and stuff, I don't really want to hear it, to be honest, because I feel like that's too young to get involved in the industry, especially if, like, you know, you're actually image-wise on the outside you're ready, because there's so many, you know, there's girls who are like 14 and stuff, and on the outside you would never even know they were 14, and they're doing like, you know, they've done shows and whatnot. Obviously not so much now because they have rules and regulations kind of against that, and people are more aware of it now, but back in the day they had, you know, you had 14-year-old girls and stuff on the runways, and on the outside you would never know they were 14, but mentally they're not ready. So personally, my first thing would be that to be over 16, so at least finish your GCSEs before thinking about being a model. Secondly, if you're not good at handling rejection or criticism on your appearance, or just criticism in general, and you don't like working hard, then it's not a job for you, because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not just stand here, put your hand on your hip, take photos. Nah, it's hard. It's actually hard. What other tips do I have? Okay, well, good tips would be, if you are, you know, really interested in pursuing it, and you know you're the right age, and you know you've done your research and stuff, then first of all, you should just start visiting agencies and sending in some of your pictures and stuff to agencies. You don't have to really go in at a specific time, really. Just make sure it's not their lunchtime, because there'll be no one there. But yeah, just go into agencies and get some feedback and stuff. You don't need to have a portfolio, because if they see the potential in you, then that's it. Another really important tip, guys, is to not just get drawn in by these rogue agencies and these scam artists who are saying, you know, give me £200 and I'll do your portfolio and book you jobs and blah 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 blah. No, because they're fake. They'll take your money. You don't need to pay for a portfolio. If it's a proper agency, they'll do that all for you. What's the word? Make sure you do any research on any agencies that approach you, because if they're not real, they're not legit, like, just don't bother. They're not going to get you anywhere. Like, no matter what they say, just don't do it. And do not sign anything, I mean anything, without having, you know, an adult read over it, like, thoroughly, an adult who knows what they're talking about as well. Practice your walk, so get some really nice high heels, practice your walk, practice facial expressions, etc. in the mirror, and just work on how your body kind of moves and what looks good, kind of thing. Because one thing as a model that you kind of learn on the way is, like, what positions look good with your body and whatnot. But it's always good to practice that, and with your walk you can never get enough practice. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the questions that I was asked on Twitter and Tumblr and whatnot. So I hope that that was helpful to you. I think I might do another Q&A session, maybe like a month or two or whatever, if I get any more different kind of questions. If there's anything that you feel that I didn't answer, please put in the comments, and I will just do a blog post on any questions that you feel that I've missed out or didn't cover well enough. But yeah, I hope this video was a little bit informative for you guys, and thank you for watching. And don't forget to visit my blog to find out more about, you know, behind the scenes of the modeling industry. Thank you, and bye.
Check it.